So we've been receiving a lot of teachings about how all suffering comes from the self-centered attitude. And so I've been kind of looking at that in my mind. And Venerable Children has taught us that it's really important to really investigate how the self-centered attitude operates in our mind, and to really get to know how it affects our experience and how it affects our behavior. And so when I looked at that, it's very pervasive. It's such a automatic, it's continual, which is a little daunting. So I've been trying to figure out kind of how to work with it a little bit that doesn't feel so overwhelming. And what I've been trying to do is notice that when I start my day, if I am focused on the external activities that need to be done, kind of the list mind, that what comes along with that then is very much the self-centered attitude. All my preferences arise, and really self-centeredness just has free rein then to try and maneuver through the activities with my preferences in mind. So I've been trying to really focus on the internal mind that's watching when preferences or these like little cares arise in my mind, and that's just the mind that chatters all the time about it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too this, to that, I want this, I don't want that, I'm looking forward to this. So it's that kind of mind. And so I've been, first of all, trying to identify those arisings. Because if you can't identify something in your mind, you certainly can't move it or turn it. So to identify those, and then not to push them away, but to gently remind myself that if I try to really get all my preferences, if I try to allow all the preferences, then suffering for sure is going to happen. And that thought gets lost a lot. It's interesting. It's just because it's so pervasive. But if I bow down to preferences, then all of the afflictions arise. But if I don't bow down to the preferences, then self-centered attitude gets very loud. And I'm not going to get what I need, and everybody's treating me bad, and you know, on and on. So it's really a fine balance in my mind to not give in to the preferences, but not in a strident, tight way, but instead with a lot of gentleness remind myself if I go that way, the result is going to be more suffering. And I think that it just takes a lot of practice, bit by bit, over and over again, to get clear about that that path leads to suffering. And I think then if we can turn down the self-centered attitude, then now that's when the space is created for more compassion, more love, and more cherishing of others.